All right, guys, we got to talk about how Democrats are letting us down in this moment. And this moment is probably one of the most crucial moments in the history of our country, if I'm being honest with you. It's here. Fascism is here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're currently witnessing oligarchy, kakistocracy, and fascism. That's what it is. Trump blurts it out. He says it. He wears it proudly. When he does it, it's okay. That's how he thinks. Just same reason. Oh, I've toppled the regime in Venezuela. Now I'm going to take the oil. I'm going to take that oil. It's the same thing. You know, NSPM 7, you're not allowed to dissent. You can't dissent. That's what that says. Are you anti-American, anti-capitalist, anti-Christian? You're a terrorist. And we're going to spy on you. We're going to take away your rights. We're going to use the ICE Gestapo thugs to come after you. That's what it is. It sounds hyperbolic, but it's totally true. Okay? So in this moment, you need an equal and opposite force to push back against the fascists and let them know there are consequences for your actions. And if you cross a line, we're going to take a pound of flesh, metaphorically speaking, right? That's what it is. And instead, we get stuff like this. Look at this from the New York Times. Gavin Newsom vows to stop a proposal to tax billionaires in California. Governor Gavin Newsom said he was working behind the scenes to block a proposed tax on billionaires' wealth and was committed to defeating the measure if it reached the ballot. I think it was a one-time 5% wealth tax, and he is now fighting for the billionaires. Ladies and gentlemen, rule him out for 2028. Don't you dare vote for him in a primary in 2028. Not a chance. Not a chance. Because the right-wing view of the world is immigrants and liberals and leftists and trans people and people of color, they're the problem. They're the reason why your life sucks. Blame them. This scapegoating 101. Our reaction to that bullshit narrative is, no, you have the wrong targets. The billionaires are the problem. The billionaires and the warmongers and the fascists. If you are on our side, you have to agree with that narrative because that's the truth. I didn't make it up. That's me describing objective reality. The billionaires have bought our government. They've corrupted the system. They rigged the rules in their favor and against you, trying to squeeze every fucking penny out of you, trying to keep your wages as low as possible, trying to fucking make sure your health care is far too expensive. All they want is tax cuts and subsidies and all the power and all the control, and for you to have none of it. So if you can't say the billionaires are the problem and we need to tax the shit out of them, if you can't say the fascists and the warmongers are the problem and I'm against them, the fascists are coming to take away your freedom, I'm going to restore your freedom. The warmongers are going to do more war, I'm going to block those fucking wars. How about that? We're going to have peace. That's what we're going to do. If you can't say that, we have no interest in you. Guys, raising taxes on billionaires is literally like over a 90% issue with the Democratic base. And here's Gavin Newsom going, I'm going to side with the fucking billionaires. Now, why is he doing that? I'll tell you why. Because he wants their money when he runs in 2028. That's why. He wants them to give him money when he runs for president in 2028. Well, guess what, Gavin? You might raise hundreds of millions from these fucking assholes. But that's not going to make up for the fact that you fucking sold out and we just saw it. We just witnessed it. Or somebody's going to run and they're going to only take small dollar donations and they're going to run against the billionaires and they're going to fucking beat you. And they're going to beat you. Because this is a betrayal of Democratic voters. It's a betrayal of the entire country. Because there's no way out of this mess without taking the wealth of the super wealthy, right? Elon Musk is fucking Nazi posting on Twitter on a daily basis, and he's about to be a trillionaire, with a T, okay? That's a problem. Billionaires, by their very nature, undermine the sovereignty and independence of democratic countries. They make it so they can't function because they have too much wealth and too much power, okay? We got to stop that. Every penny you make, over $999,999,999.99 should be taxed at 100%. And even so, I might even be being too kind by letting them keep $999 million of it. Okay? There are people watching my show who would say, Kyle, you're being too lenient with them. Even that's too much. And you know what? You guys are probably right. I'm just using clean numbers for the sake of the argument right now. Okay? But look at this. I can't take you seriously after this. And by the way, this is the same guy. Immediately after Trump got back in the White House, what did he do? He invited on Charlie Kirk to his podcast to slap him around. He invited on Michael Savage to slap him around. He invited on sloppy Steve Bannon to slap him around and lie to his audience. And he sat there and took it. Why? Because in his estimation, the political winds had shifted to the right. And so he was going to be, I'm a right-wing Democrat, so I'm going to represent us in 2028 because you guys want right-wing stuff, right? Soon as he realized, oh shit, the base doesn't want this, the base wants a fighter, then he started to pretend to fight. He tries to have his cake and eat it too, where he's like, I'm the biggest fighter, but also I'm the bipartisan guy who says we need a big tent. What? It's one or the other. Are you going to fight or are you going to fucking cuck yourself and say, let's work with the Republicans all the time? Those contradict each other. But he doesn't care. Why? He's serving the billionaires. He sold us out. This is the same Gavin Newsom, by the way, which vetoed a universal healthcare system for the state of California. He vetoed it. A lot of people don't know that. They were on the brink of having a universal healthcare system. He vetoed it. Okay? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. You're not going to shoot for the stars. You're not. You're going to serve the billionaire class, which is why you're blocking a tax increase on them. Okay, but I'm just getting started. So Gavin's a whole problem on that front. How about this one? Jacob Frey, who, by the way, I was giving him credit. He's the mayor of Minneapolis. He was out there saying, get the fuck out of my city, to ICE. He was saying a lot of the right things. Well, here he is being interviewed by the Bulwark, and listen to what he says here. This, to me, is devastating.
You're basically asking, can our cops arrest them?
Yeah.
ICE agents.
From a legal perspective, yes. From a practical perspective, to state the reality, yeah, it does get kind of hard when they drastically outnumber us and they have bigger guns than we do.
So in other words, technically, legally, theoretically, yeah, we can arrest ICE agents who commit crimes, but I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to do it because I'm scared of what happens when they resist. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of it, cascading into some semblance of a civil war. Well, Mayor Frey, it's already here. There's already a civil war. Have you looked outside? Only one side is cracking skulls. The other side is desperately trying to defend themselves and begging their community for help, begging the police to uphold the law. And you're saying, no, don't arrest them. This is a betrayal. You're betraying your own community. You're betraying your own people. We're not asking for offensive violence. We're not asking for going after them in an egregious or aggressive way. We're asking for defense. We're asking for protecting the law and upholding the law and abiding by nobody's above the law. Don't let J.D. Vance win with it. We have absolute immunity. Absolute immunity? The president doesn't have absolute immunity. Absolute immunity. So that means an ICE officer can rape, according to your own logic, right? He says, yeah, I can order the arrest, but I'm not going to do it. That's what he's saying here. How is that not a betrayal? You tell me.
Here's the thing. We don't want to create warfare in the street. We want to keep our...
It's already there. It's already there. The question is, will you allow people to be defended?
Our community safe. We're trying our very best to do that. So nobody, our police officers, ICE agents, civilians, nobody can act illegally. Nobody can.
But you just said you're not going to arrest them when they commit crimes. Oh my God, bro. I'm crashing out. So that was bad enough. Then we get this news. Rosa DeLauro will not commit to reducing ICE funding or adding policy riders, no masks, wear badges, etc. in the appropriations, and said it will be separated out in a different package. So in other words, there's no way it's going to pass. To reduce funding, they won't even say you're not allowed to wear masks and you have to wear badges. How is this not also colossally selling us out in the most disgusting way possible? And I mean that. How about this? Kyle Kulinski tweets, asked if he's willing to shut down the government over ICE funding. Senator Cory Booker replies, we had the longest government shutdown and Democrats could not hold together to sustain that kind of pressure. So in other words, we're not going to do a shutdown fight over ICE funding, even though now Trump's Gestapo is running wild and assaulting people and graping people and murdering people and getting away with it, right? Even though they're running fucking wild, committing all sorts of crimes, fucking white nationalist, Proud Boy psychopaths, causing all sorts of problems, breaking all sorts of laws, even though that's happening, and we're witnessing it firsthand, and your people are screaming for you to help, you're saying we're not going to do a shutdown fight, and we're not going to fucking force that you defund ICE or even reduce funding for ICE. And Ken Klippenstein also says, thinking about when Cory Booker held that filibuster for literally no reason. Yes, I remember that. Because I remember thinking, oh shit, this is cool. Somebody's standing up and actually fighting, and, he's doing the longest speech ever on the floor of the Senate. And the reason he's doing it is he's like, we got to stand up as Democrats. We got to fight back against MAGA and Trumpism and fascism. That was the whole point of it. And we all watched that and we went, hell yeah, that's awesome, man. We love that. Well, guess what? Now when it comes time to actually fight, he goes, oh no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not actually going to fight over some policy shit. I'll go do another virtue signal speech where nothing's on the line and there's no vote happening. No, but that's okay. But then by definition, you are performative. You are a poser. Now is when we actually need the fight, when we can try to block some fucking terrible funding from going through, and you don't want to do it. And I showed you this already, but third way, the centrist Democrats are imploring Democrats not to use the term abolish ICE. Meanwhile, as Prem Thakur points out here, new YouGov poll, more support abolishing ICE than oppose abolishing ICE. It's the popular thing, and they're still against it. So I don't know, man. This is, it's disturbing. What else do these Democrats need to know that, like, hey, man, no, this is serious. This is real. Like, the fight is happening now. And if you don't stand up now, you're nothing to us. You're lower than low. You're Diet MAGA. You're an accomplice to the destruction of this country. Like, now is the time. Now's the time. And if you don't want to lead the fight, then step the fuck aside, because there's so many of us that do. And so grow a pair or get the fuck out of politics and get out of our faces forever.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.